What's going on, guys? It's Narko or Steven here today. What I'm going to be bringing you guys is a Black Ops 2 kill confirmed gameplay on Hijacked. And what I'm going to be talking about today is my gaming history and where I come from with gaming, how I started and how I got to where I am today. So let's just hop right into it. Um, before the Xbox 360 came around, I was a big PlayStation person. And before the PlayStation came around, I actually played things like the Super Nintendo, or I believe for a short time I actually even played the Sega Genesis and things like that. I, I was a big Mario fan as far as Nintendo goes. I mean, who's not a Mario fan when it comes to Nintendo systems? But I played the Nintendo 64 a lot. I played games like Mario Kart, Super Mario 64. Those were the best things to me, and those are still really good games. Now, I like going back and playing. I played on the GameCube. I basically played on every possible system out there because I was just a big gamer. I was never into any type of competitive gaming at the time. I was just a gamer, and Mario really was my thing. I played things on GameCube like Super Mario Sunshine, Luigi's Mansion, things like that. If you guys have ever played that. And it wasn't until around I think it was 2008 that I actually had my first Xbox. That was a huge step up from being on like PlayStation 2, which was the last console that I had played before moving up to the newer generation consoles like PS3 or Xbox. So I got an Xbox 360 one day, and the very first game that I played on that, I believe it was some kind of Spider-Man game, and I'd played Spider-Man games on GameCube before, and like when I played them on 360, I was like, wow, there really is a lot more to games on this console right here. So going from like PlayStation and GameCube and things like that to Xbox really opened my eyes to what kind of games can be made and what kind of fun can be had with them. So I eventually got into shooter games. I believe my dad, who's not with me now, but he was with me at the time, I believe he got me a couple Call of Duty games. He just got me a bunch of random games to play. I believe they were cheap games, and at the time, MW2 was out. I don't remember when he got me the games. I don't know when this is, but MW2 was out, and like I said, he got cheap games, so I got Call of Duty 4. And Call of Duty 4, many of you guys would agree, is one of the best Call of Duties that has been made. So even though it was an old game at the time that I got it, it was just absolutely amazing to play. It was something that I had never experienced before, and it's crazy to go back on it now and realize like what has changed since then. It's almost like it's like going back to like if you moved out of the place that you grew up and you just go back and you just kind of like reminisce and go through the memories. That's kind of what it's like, and that's that's honestly a really awesome part about gaming that I don't think people really experience for the most part. Like people that hate on gaming don't understand, but you guys, hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about when I'm talking about like what that feels like. But I started to play Call of Duty, and the very first thing that I did was I started sniping because I had actually been a huge Optic fan. I don't remember how I got into watching sniping videos, but a little while after I started playing Call of Duty, I red gunned for the most part, and I wanted nothing more than to be an Optic. I wanted nothing more than to be an Optic sniper. I used to watch people like Optic Marky, Optic Kits, Optic Ativa, people like that. At the time, even Macau was in Optic. I believe he's in Phase now. It's crazy to see where everything's come, honestly. But I wanted nothing more than to be an Optic. I would spend every day, anytime that I had off from school, as soon as I would get off of school, get out, I would come home. I would hop on my Xbox if I didn't have any homework to do because my parents were really strict about that, and I would immediately start sniping. I had nothing to record with. Honestly, didn't even know how people recorded their gameplays. I had no idea about headsets or anything like that, or any equipment needed to actually do the videos. I just wanted to snipe, and I just wanted to hit the feeds and shots that these guys were hitting and put music behind it and things like that, and, you know, make it into like a movie for everybody to watch. And I found out, I mean, I was really, really young at the time, so I found out that I couldn't, I don't know if it was because I hadn't grown enough yet. I don't know what it was. I just didn't really understand the game that well, so it seemed like no matter what I did, other people were always better than me. It seemed like um, it seemed like my aim was just awful. It seemed like I didn't understand the map or when or where people spawned or anything like that. I didn't even know anything about a spawn system. I would just be that kid that runs around with a sniper trying to hit as many people as I can. Search and destroy, search and destroy was definitely a discovery for me because when I started playing, all I played was team deathmatch, and that's what a lot of people do. They just hop into team deathmatch and play. It's just straight up 6 players against 6 players. All you have to do is kill the other team. Very simple. That's why a lot of people play it. But finding other game modes was definitely another dimension for me. So I played a lot of search and destroy in public matches. I wasn't that person to like go for big kill streaks because like even though I watched optic snipers and things like that, I just mainly watched montages. That's all I watched. Like it was so entertaining to watch those things. And like I started like grinding out the game a lot just to become a better sniper. That wasn't really happening. So I stopped gaming for a while. I just completely stopped playing. Like I would still watch the YouTube videos and whatnot, not as quite as religiously as I did before, but I started to become more involved in sports. And sports really started to take a turn when my football coach actually was a dick. Now, you guys have never heard me like say that in a video, but yeah, he started. He was being a real prick, and that made me really not want to get into sports. I was a big sports fan. I was a big college American football fan, but I sort of lost interest with that the more that I was around people in my area because football players were typically like the really bad people, like the douchebags of the community. So I started to go back to gaming. And when I went back to gaming, I found esports. I found Nade Shot, which is how a lot of people discovered esports through Nade Shot and Scump and people like them, you know, people that are honestly really OG or original professional players, people like Nameless and, you know, people like that, people that are really known now. And it surprised me that people could actually, like, play these tournaments for money. Like gaming was something at the time that I had really, and I still do. I find it more fun than like the actual sports. Don't get me wrong. I'm not that fat lazy person that sits in their house all day. I still go work out. I have a gym membership and things like that. But it really, it was really cool to me to know that there was an actual sport behind it, and it was called esports, and you could have a team and everything, and go and travel to events and earn money and I guess trophies and plaques and things like that, which was what I really wanted to do with normal sports, which is what I really wanted to do in American football. And I call it American football because I know that there might be people watching from other regions that cringe when I just call it football. So I'm going to call it American football, but that really made me happy to see that I could do that. So what I started to do was I started to go from black at this time we're already into Black Ops 2. So at the end of Black Ops 2, after the game's starting to become less and less relevant, I actually went and played a few League Play games. And in League Play, I absolutely got duped on, but the more and more that I played, the better and better that I got. And I can't give you guys, I mean, I have a guide to competitive Call of Duty, which is not finished yet at the time of this video, but I am going to be going more in depth to show you guys, to like tell you guys how to be better. But I just started grinding the game out, and that's how I got to where I am today. And that's pretty much my story. Like it's not like a very in-depth story. It's not that interesting, but that's a little bit of a background on me if you guys ever wanted to have that. So I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Be sure to share the video around. Constructive criticism really does go a long way, so if there's anything that you want me to improve on, just let me know in the comments below. If you guys have any suggestions, be sure to leave those in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace out.